Rehearsals.com's Lessons from the Legends is proud to welcome to our stage Doyle Bramhall.
I worked with the Fabulous Thunderbirds. That's who I started out with when I was really young. And then I joined a group called the Archangels with a guy named Charlie Sexton in the rhythm section from Stevie Ray Vaughn, Double Trouble. And then I made 3 solo records and worked with Roger Waters on 2 tours, and then got hired by Clapton. I made 4 records with Eric Clapton and toured with him for 6 months and just got off the road about 3 months ago. Working with Eric Clapton is an unbelievable experience for me because he sought me out. My manager had sent him my second solo record, which was called Jelly Cream, and he listened to it and sort of just called me out of the blue and said, you know, I really love these songs on the record. You're my new favorite artist. You're an unbelievable guitar player. Will you get together with me? Because I'm doing a record with B.B. King, and I think that 2 of these songs should be on that record. Will you get together with me in L.A. when you get back off the road? And I think it was pretty much a week later when he said, come on down to the studio. We want to record a couple of your songs. Walk into the room and go into the control room, and through the glass I see Eric Clapton, B.B. King, all of Eric Clapton's band, all these musicians playing my song. Eric saw me in the control room. He just says, hey, we're cutting your song. Why don't you come out here and grab a guitar and play? So I go on the floor with B.B. and Eric, and within 2 takes we had cut it. And then Eric said, well, you know, I love the way that you sound with us. Why don't you just keep playing on this record and just be the other guitar player on the record? And so I was just pretty much floored at that time. He uses me in a way where, even though I'm playing guitar for him on the road and backing him up, when we record together, he uses me to write with him and come up with different parts and that kind of thing. So I feel like there's much more of an involvement than just being sort of a side guy. He makes me feel that way. That's how our relationship started, and I ended up making 3 other records after that with him and had songs on the records, and we still talk and still work together. Stevie Ray Vaughn, he was an unbelievable guitar player, but he was also a part of my family. My family and the Vaughn family were really close when I was growing up, and so I got to see Stevie and his brother Jimmy play a lot when I was young, and I would say that he probably had the biggest impact on me just because he was around and he happened to be one of the greatest guitar players ever.
Really no way to break into this without just going and playing.
You gotta make it over here. Yeah. I mean, even me, like, the only reason I got a gig is because somebody in LA wanted me for a session. They knew about it in Texas, and I got in there, and then somebody else told me. Yeah, I'm pretty much just a solo artist, but I got hired to play with Roger Waters as his guitar player and singer, so I would sing more of the David Gilmour parts on stage and play the David Gilmour parts. So I was featured a little more than just being a hired gun, because I did get to sing a lot of famous songs. And then with Eric, he sort of makes me feel like I'm a really valid artist. And other than that, if it's not Roger or Eric calling me, I don't really go out for anybody else as their side guy. I learned how to play left-handed upside down more out of just comfort, because there are pictures of me when I was 6 years old holding guitars, and I always picked up the guitar and held it left-handed. So it just always felt natural for me to do that. I never held it this way. That would be, completely odd to me. So there were all right-handed guitars around, and I would just pick up the guitar and play, and then put it down, and then come back to it and keep playing, and then here's another song, here's another song. And by that time, it was sort of too late for me to switch, because I felt really comfortable. And also, one of my favorite guitar players was Albert King, who also played left-handed upside down. So I could do a lot of things that right-handers couldn't, which was sort of milking the strings for everything it's worth. And I could bend for days. I could just bend it and milk it. Whereas a right-hander, it's a little more difficult to do that because you're pushing up on it.
The way you're pulling down, it just seems like so much smarter to do that. Like, I don't understand why other players haven't kind of picked up that concept, because it just makes sense.
If you pull down on them, you go off the edge of the net. There's no room to do that. You have to push.